So this is American Gods by Neil Gaiman. It's first bit of fiction that I've read in a long time. So I thought I'd try this out. It's kind of in the sort of fantasy genre, sort of fictional fantasy genre. There's a series being made about it on Amazon Prime. There's 2 series made on it, and it's kind of loosely follows the book, but it's quite a good series in its own. The book itself is quite a big book. It's not a small read, but it's been fun. It's been fun reading it. It's basically the premise of the book is that America is a land where a lot of gods have come to. So people believe in gods, and that's what makes the gods real. So it's the belief in the gods that makes the gods real rather than them being real themselves. And these gods still exist. But the more you believe in them, the more powerful they are. The less you believe in them, the less powerful they become. So you have an America where you have gods who are just making it by, actually pumping gas at stations and things like that, and doing labouring jobs because nobody believes them in them anymore. And they're brought over by different immigrants who come over at different stages. So you have the Eastern European immigrants bringing over their gods, Africans coming over with slavery, bringing their gods, Indians bringing their gods, and all this kind of thing. And then also there's some of the Native American gods. And the idea is that they're still alive. They're still alive now. So the main protagonist is a guy called Shadow, who is in jail at the time. He gets released early from jail and finds out his wife has been killed in a mysterious car accident. On the way home, he meets a guy called Mr. Wednesday, who's a kind of mysterious, kind of slightly shadowy, dodgy figure. And this guy, Mr. Wednesday, offers him a job. And the job is like a kind of general minder. Mr. Wednesday turns out to be a kind of strange character. And it doesn't take you too long to figure out Mr. Wednesday, that he's one of these gods who's trying to make it by, and you can figure out which god Mr. Wednesday is. Some of you know a little bit about Norse mythology, will kind of pretty easy to figure out who it is. So what's happening is that all the old gods are getting fed up of the positions that they're in, and they want to go and fight the new gods. And the new gods are things like media, technology, and things like that, who are having a great time. Even some of the newer gods are like Jesus, who's doing quite well. But there's not just one Jesus. There's like American Jesus, there's white Jesus, there's Mexican Jesus, and African Jesus. So what these gods are doing, so it's what people believe that gives these gods power. So anyway, that's the whole idea, that they're going to have this big battle, and that's what the story's about. As a book, quite interesting to read. I find it quite fascinating listening to the actual gods themselves, and actually the kind of history of the gods, because it's the history of the people. And it's also about the history of people coming over to America. And America is this big wild wilderness that gets populated by these different deities. So that's the book, Neil Gaiman's American Gods. If you look at the series, the series is actually I thought it was quite good, especially the first series. It might make you want to read this. So that's it, Neil Gaiman's American Gods.